Welcome, my peeps. No creeps or sleeps, just fun out of the hot sun. We run until we're done, letting the words flow, letting go with my bro, mindless machines, obscenes, mop screens, as we build your dreams from blocks. Take stock, don't knock or cry until you try the electrify. To the sky, shoot the bow, bread from dough. Share with your bro. Come on, let's start the show.
My mind is going. I can feel it.
So anyway, we're with Mindless Machines and Painful Fodder. We are playing Minecraft. Of course we're playing Minecraft. What else are we going to play on YouTube? We're going to play Minecraft.
Starbound?
And, yeah, well, we're not doing that on YouTube yet. We are playing Starbound, but we're not doing it on YouTube. I did clarify, and I did think about that when I said it. So, I'm not doing too bad.
But this is definitely the safest bet. We're probably doing this.
We are definitely doing this. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's Minecraft, at least at this point. So, I thought I would start out a little differently. Hope you like it. If not, I'm sorry, but I liked it. So, hey, that's what counts. Or maybe not. I don't know. You'll have to tell me in the comment section if you like this video. Click that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed so you can get these awesome videos when we deploy them. And leave a comment whether you think that my start was crap or not. So, up to you. You can let me know or not. We are definitely getting some comments that you will never see, but we are definitely on our way. We get people wanting me to click on this link to give them money, or they click on this link to follow their Instagram, and they say great video, but I know they didn't watch it. So, hey, we're getting it. That's more than I had before, so, you know. Hey.
Hey, we got bots.
We got bots, yeah. Woohoo! Okay, so you're probably wondering what we're doing. I'm standing here doing nothing. And Mindless Machines is working, putting a door open, which is this side, and a door closed, which is this side. And now it looks like he's testing because I see them going off. So, yeah. So this is, let's go up here. I'm going to bust through this door here. If you watched the last episode, you will see that this is where we actually give you some decent armor. So that you hit the 2 buttons, you get a full set of iron armor. It's about time, I think. Then you got some beds here, so you can take a snooze. Because you've probably want to set a spawn point. Would be nice at this point.
Yep, checkpoint.
Yeah. And then we got this empty room here that I'm not sure what we're going to do with. But, you know, it's really not my plan. It's his. He's doing it. Sometimes I throw a wrench into his works and we go ahead and build a room. But, you know, I don't have any ideas for this one. So we're going to find out what happens. And so you're going to find out with us. I see a door that's closed, so awesome. End of video. Just kidding. Don't go away. Do not go away, people. We are not finished yet.
Fixed. It was possible to open the door standing right here. Ah, it still does it. It's got a bug fix.
If you put in the coal, though, would that stop it?
Yeah, but I just have to move the coordinate by 1 notch.
Okay. I'm okay with it. Whatever you got, man. I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm just going to throw lava in this hole here, see what... Oh.
There you go. Fixed.
Woohoo! I can't get back out. I can't get back out.
Yep. So now it'll be if you come through the door.
Here, let me close the door for you. There you go.
Okay. So, whoop, door opens.
Look, it doesn't close on its own, though, right?
It doesn't close until someone triggers the close.
Hey, and that worked. You didn't suffocate in the wall, so.
Yeah, I guess I could have just done a not gate off of a single test 4, but whatever.
I'm good with it.
So we've hit a checkpoint. We have given the players some proper armor. So at this point, we're not quite being as mean as we have been.
We can assume they have a bow. They may not have any arrows, but
Should we?
they have a new set of iron armor.
Well,
We-
one thing I was thinking about doing in this room was a series of switches. So, like on either side of the wall, say there is 4 switches, whatever sort of array we want them to be in.
Okay.
Then behind the walls, we can set up a combo lock. So you have to get both sets on either side working in order to open the door.
Okay. I have some thoughts. I always have thoughts, but
Yeah,
I
that's
do
a
have
pretty
thoughts.
basic idea, so it'd definitely help me add to it.
Let's say you have your switches, but if you hit the wrong switch, then it spawns a mob. And maybe not just a zombie, but we do like a skeleton or something.
Interesting. Yeah, well, yeah, I think now we could probably do harder mobs.
Yeah, because we've been trying to lay out the skeletons because you have to run up to them and you're going to get shot 1 or 2 times. So
Right.
maybe we use that. You have some decent armor, you should be able to take some, and if you hit them all right, hey, you're good. If you don't... So is 4 going to be enough?
Well, 8, I guess.
Yeah, because 4
We
and
could
4
do-
is 8. We can
We
do
could
that. I
certainly
mean,
do more. And I kind of like the idea of having at least one of them already turned on when you come in.
okay, so you have
Come in.
7 choices, and how many do you have to have on, do you think?
Or maybe you have to turn this one off.
Hey, that would be mean. So, let me do this. So this one is off. Let's say on. And then what do you want over here? Maybe something like that? Or do we want to do it random? How would we do it random?
I would imagine something with hoppers moving stuff around. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to think how we would do that. How many do you want on a given time? I'm going to think about randomizing it because having the same combination every single time after you've done the map once, then it's like, oh yeah, just do this. Do 1 and 3, and it would be cool if it didn't work.
yeah.
So we could... Okay, if we do a command block... I wish you would have thought of this off screen because it might take me a few minutes. I have some thoughts to make it randomized. There's 2 things. One is I've shown you before. You can have a random switch by using a dispenser and putting a non-stackable item in it and a stackable item in it. And depending on what gets deployed out of it into a hopper, which feeds it right back in, will say yes or no. Okay? That's one way to do randomize. So when you hit a switch, it could fire off a hopper, and if the hopper fires one thing, then it means it was supposed to be on, and if it fires another thing, it was supposed to be off. The problem with it is if you turn the switch off and turn it back on, it could certainly switch. So it's not foolproof.
Okay, that's not a bad idea, but as a bit of an aside, what if we put a switch that controls a minecart that travels from one side underneath to the other and turns on a switch on the opposite side?
That would be cool.
So
I
you
do.
hear the minecart travel, and then the
Yeah.
other light comes on instead of the one you know, or I don't know.
Okay, so we would put all the switches over here, and probably buttons, not switches. So you'd hit a button, and you'd hear a minecart go, and it would come over to this side and turn on a light. Is that what you're talking about? Because that's something we could do. And your Discord is out. Unhook your monitor. I'm going to tell him, turn off your
Hey, what's up?
secondary. I'm going to finish it anyway. Monitor. That's always what it is.
Hey, guess what? My secondary monitor is off. It isn't even plugged in.
Okay,
I learned my lesson.
let's do this as a thought process. So, I hit this button, a minecart, you can hear it go over here. And let me get this. And if well, whatever we want to do. This light can come on based on the minecart coming over here. And well,
What if this might be a silly idea, but what if the mine carts were literally traveling across above us? So you could actually see a mine cart move from one side to the other, but they go into the wall when they then trigger something. So, for sake of example, like you wouldn't know which one's attached to which, right? So there'd be like a hole in the wall here with a track this way, and then maybe it turns like this into here. So kind of like the previous room, but when you hit a specific switch or a combination of switch, it sends a minecart from one end to the other. And you need to move maybe 3 different minecarts like in this kind of fashion in order to unlock the door.
Okay. Do you want a minecart for each button pressed, whether it triggers the door or not?
No, I don't. I don't think we'd need to.
Okay, because there's 2 ways to do it. One is you hit a button, either it shoots a minecart or not, which means the puzzle isn't all that difficult. The second thing is every time you hit a button, a minecart's going to go. But only certain chest minecarts will have something in it. And if you hit one that has something in it, it will drop it off in a location on this side, which will light up a light saying, hey, you got the right one. And when you get, let's say, 3 or 4 of those, then the door opens. So basically like I did on the sugarcane farm.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing, but if you hit a button, it can shoot something into a hopper stream, which puts it into a minecart, which then brings it over to the other side. We could do that, and then you could put buttons anywhere you wanted to, really. We wouldn't care.
Well, I do like the idea of some of the buttons doing nothing, some of them spawning mobs, but there needs to be a combination that allows the door to open. And
Yes.
I don't think we really need to over-complexify the mechanic of it. I think we can just do a simple AND gate like we've been doing.
We could, but if you want mine carts, we have to somehow determine that you send a mine cart.
But you can do a detector.
Yes.
A detector rail.
I mean, if you want to say, okay, I hit this button and, okay, no minecart, so that wasn't the right button. I spawned a mob because I hit that. And I have to go deal with that. But then I come over here and I hit this one. Oh, a minecart went, so that worked. Then, yeah, a detector will work just fine. We can do a simple counter circuit. Might have to look that up because I haven't built one forever. But, and you can say, well, if you get up to 3, the door will open or reset the counter and yada, yada. We did that on the You know the underground mob game you created?
Oh, yeah.
That has a counter.
Right,
A
right.
redstone counter circuit. So we could do something like that. And if you get 3 minecarts, each detector rail will shoot off a signal to increase the counter. And when you get to a certain number, door opens. We could do that.
So you basically have to trigger that minecart to go back and forth enough times to then trigger then the door to open. Is that right?
Yeah. You need one more here. You can't turn on a downward turn.
Oh, right. Well, let's bring it down a notch.
Well,
then.
just put one up there. We can go down here. So just put one on top of this guy right here.
Yeah, we'll just go out.
Or do that.
No big deal.
There's that, and then we'll put a regular rail right there. Okay. So we probably want, we'll say one right there, and we'll probably need one right there. X1, 2, 2 go right there. Then X7 to get back to my rails. Boom. That should power those, and this should power all of that up to here. There's that, and does this get powered? Yes, okay. So I'm not sure of the mechanics we just decided on, but I trust you.
I just like the idea, I guess, because we haven't done a lot with playing with circuitry and minecarts in any way. So it's just a different thing to play with. But I kind of just like the idea that as you're figuring out the puzzle, this minecart rolls back and forth, and you're like, wait, what? It's just some sort of clue other than a particle effect, you know?
Yeah, and I put a detector rail in here. So, and then I just got rid of it. How nice is that? It's the way I roll, you know. I give you something, I take it away. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Would it be easier if we did this design with all buttons instead of switches?
Well, switches isn't really going to work with a minecart, and plus, if we only have the one minecart, I don't think it'll work with multiple minecarts. Or we'll need multiple trails. So well, I guess that's the question. Do you want multiple minecarts or single minecart? I'll stare you in the eye.
I think we could just do just a single minecart that just goes from one end of the track to the other and back.
Okay, because I'm thinking of a loop. And if you come into here, this is the I'm not spawning a mob track. Which you didn't come into here. But there's a detector rail in here that will send off a signal, and we will increment something. Because we need a counter circuit. We definitely need that. And since I'm not hearing you, you're either oh, well, you went home, so you're thinking. Awesome. I feel better.
Well,
because honestly, with a single minecart, it's pretty simple. If we had multiple minecarts, it might even be a little more simple. Because then each one can put a block in a certain location like we've done before.
right.
that would be easier, but this just means we need a counter circuit. You have to send that minecart 3 times. And maybe we put in a circuit not to allow you to send it from the same one more than once. There it is. Okay. If that makes sense. Right now I'm just trying to make a loop. If you're wondering what I'm doing.
I am wondering what you're doing.
Trying to figure out where I ended up. Come on, I gotta be there now. Where am I? Oh, I'm way too high. Way too high. Okay. And that is not, I'm not saying that in a, oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I see it. Okay. So I made some interesting things.
Okay.
Next one, let's get some of these walls built back in because I don't need them. I'm going to turn down the sound a little bit. Okay, so this is our path. This takes me down to here. We'll put this back together. There we go. X7. Do do do. Do do do. Do. Oh. There's that. We'll do one of these. Go over here and put that one there. We will get rid of this. Put a redstone there. We need a redstone not there. That's good enough. Put one of these there. We got that. We put one of these there. Now we will put a redstone here, which should let me power all that. That should get me to somewhere around here. Put a redstone here. Do that. Okay. So that goes there. Let's do this. We need this to go away. We need that to go away. Next 1, 2. Put these in. There's that. We will put in X7. 8. Boom. Boom, boom. Actually, we might as well do this. That. Boom, boom. Or do we want to do it? I'm okay with that. Okay, I went backwards, but I'm okay with it.
Hey, whatever works.
So basically, the minecart will do this. Triggers the thing, and then you see it. And then it goes back to its waiting location and waits for another redstone signal. That's nice.
Cool.
I like this. This is nice. Is that concrete?
It is.
Yeah, I thought I recognized that. That looks pretty good. Cool beans. First time we use concrete, people. Yay! Let's get some cheering in the chat. Come on. Yay! Concrete. Okay, it wasn't that exciting, but
Just gonna stare at you.
yeah, I know. I told you this was going to be a weird one off screen.
Yeah.
It will be. Okay, so we have a minecart that will travel a circuit. It does not currently hold anything, but it will send off a redstone signal every time it hits the end of the path before you see the minecart, because I went backwards for some reason. I don't know why. But I think that's okay.
Should be fine.
So, in fact, we could get fancy. What if I did something like this? Let me get a little fancy. Do, 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 do. Yes, I know you didn't expect this. You're not even watching, probably.
I am watching.
Hey, that's okay. I don't need people to watch me. I know what I'm doing. I just screwed it up, but I know what I'm doing. I need that there. No. What I need there is one of these. I need one of these, and I need one of these, and that goes away. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Then I do X1, I put that there, do X7, do that, and get rid of all of this because we don't care about that anymore. We do that, we do this, that lights them up, that lights them up. Then we throw this there to get it to turn. We get rid of these, get rid of that so I can replace that block. We want to make sure, I want to be on this, well, let's just do this. Okay. Let's do that and that. Okay. Close all this off. Let's go back over to this side. Let's get back down. Okay, we'll close this off. Okay, we can even do that. So, boom, 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 and don't fall down. That sucks. Okay, so this will be what the cart does now. You will see it. Whee! And it disappears, hits the thing, and comes back.
Awesome.
Okay, so, and you're making these nice designs using concrete.
Yeah, well, you know, I haven't really designed with concrete yet at all, so it gives
I
me something to do.
I can honestly say I love the look of concrete.
Yeah, I can see us doing the next big district in concrete.
You know, it's just a nice pure color. And you can make games with it, because if you make concrete powder, I think it is, and if it touches water, it becomes concrete.
Right.
Which is something you can use, because concrete powder falls and concrete does not. So you can make a maze maybe, or a platform where you have to throw water at a certain time to make your platforms you have to stand on. Who knows? It's an interesting dynamic anyway. Okay, so we have a minecart that goes and shoots a redstone signal. What do we want to do with it?
Let's see.
I'm going to...
Well, I figure minecarts could trigger part of an AND gate.
It could, but you got to make it persistent. I don't know if that worked. That sucked. Would you go hit that button for me?
Which button?
The one at the start of the minecart.
Let's see, where is that guy at?
It's at the upper hole in the wall.
The very upper spot.
I want to make sure this triggers this way. Sometimes these things get tricky and I just double check.
Oh, that guy right there. Okay, I see it. Here it comes.
Okay. Okay, so we do get a signal. It's not a fast signal, so that's awesome. If it's a fast signal, then we have to turn it into something else to lengthen it out, but this was a good signal, so. So we probably need that count circuit, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. I have the general of it, but I don't remember it exactly. Let's do this. And there's a couple of them. You can use like sand and pistons and all that, and I don't know if I want to do that. Seems a little jinky. We could, let's see. Oh, that could work. If you have command blocks, we can set a block. That might be in a simpler way of doing this.
We could have it trigger the minecart trigger a signal that then activates command block, like an impulse.
Yeah. That opens up a whole new world of counters. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Let's see. So we get a signal. This signal will be Okay, so this may not be the most exciting video because right now I'm trying to think how to make this work. The fact that we can set blocks is cool, but how do I make that work with a counter? Because what we need to do is 1, 2, 3. We'll go with 3 blocks to start. And how do I stop a certain... Well, that's easy. Okay, we can do that. I want to make sure that you can't hit the same button 3 times to open a door, obviously.
Yeah, right.
That would be bad. So, first time through, we're going to power all these, but these don't have blocks, which is cool. So, okay, we're going to need more space this way. We're not going to go this way, are we? I don't know which way I'm facing, but this wall over here, we're not going to go any farther this way?
No, I think we're just going to progress straight ahead through this room.
Okay.
So we're going to be progressing in an eastward manner. You are currently inside the north wall.
Okay. That's awesome because I'm going to need some room back here. I have a thought process, which is the way my brain works. I will not say it's a great brain process, but it works for me. So, okay, so this one is going to go into a command block straight away. That one's going to place a block there. We're going to put a block there. We're going to put a block 2, 3. How many buttons do you want them to have to hit before the door opens?
I don't know, at least 3, I think.
Okay, do you want more than 3 or just 3?
What do you think?
I'm fine with
easy?
3 as long as we have like 8 buttons.
Well,
And
what I'm thinking is the fewer buttons that activate triggers, the greater amount of triggers that activate spawns.
Yes, and that's what I'm thinking. So 3 to 8 is what? Well, if it was 10.
3 and 5.
Yeah, something like
3
that.
and 5. So we'd have 5 spawners and 3 triggers.
Yeah. We can put buttons on both walls, so we can have more than that if you wish. I don't know if we want to, but I'm fine with 3. I just want to make sure we have like then 8 buttons because I want people to start having a harder challenge. Not that we've not. I mean, this maze is not the friendliest.
No, we're not making it easy for people.
So I'm completely fine with, you know, they will hate us. And then when they're done, they'll feel so happy that they survived, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one will go there. That one will place this block there. This one will place that block there. Okay. So this will need another one. So we'll need a chain. I will explain all of this in just a minute, people. Do not judge me yet.
I'm judging you.
Well, you can. You probably know what I'm doing anyway.
Now, you know, for the most part, I can follow a lot of what you're doing and anticipate it just by thinking through the logic. But there are times where you build stuff where it's like, oh, wow, okay, I get it now that you explain it.
Yeah, my brain, I swear, it's kind of a pain to do, but when people talk to me, my brain goes like a mile a minute. And things just start popping in. So that's why it's hard for me to communicate, because in the middle of a sentence, I may have switched directions. And you won't know it. It's just the way my brain works. You know, I have a hard time with communication and trying to get people to understand what I'm doing. And I'm trying to learn basically to just wait until I get a concrete thought, I guess, that won't change. But I still struggle with that.
Well, yeah.
It does mean as a programmer I'm excellent, because in the middle of a design meeting, I've already designed it 4 times when other people don't even know we've designed it once.
Right.
And I've gone through all the hassles you're going to have. We just aren't going to hit them now. So it's pretty cool. So if you want to come up here, if you're not doing something, I don't know what you're doing. There you are. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, so we're in here.
Yeah.
Here's my control circuitry.
Cool.
Okay, we have 2 blocks because we have to do 2 different things. The first block right here is going to put a block right there.
Okay.
The second block is going to put a block that means that button doesn't work anymore, that sent the cart for this one. Or actually sent a cart for the first button. Okay? Now, because this has already been powered once, it's going to set a block here every time the cart goes by, but we already have a block there. We don't care. The cart comes by again, it's going to fire this stream as well. So this is going to place a block on the second button and right there. And then vice versa. So that's how this works. It's kind of like a counter. And then we'll have, I guess, this one will open the door, I guess, instead of placing a block, and this will clear all the other blocks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's kind of how I think this can work, and it's a really compact counter. So if you want to use this, this is, if it works, we haven't tested it yet, if it works, then this is a small counter, and then we might need some more command blocks here in this chain to clear these blocks as well as those on the buttons that we keep from people clicking on and opening the door. So we probably do need another command block there. So let me get another one in that chain. And if we want any particles, we may need to add more. But we're not using this wall, so we can go as far as we want. Okay. So that's my thought process. And yes, I went about through 3 different designs before I came up with that one as we were talking.
Of course, naturally.
Yes, that's the way my brain works. I can't stop it. I do it for everything, so. I can tell you, people that talk to me do not understand what the heck I'm saying most of the time. I do struggle with that.
As long as you're effective, then whatever.
Yeah, some people like results, and I'm good with that. Some people want, I guess, more, I don't know, what's the right word? They want you to know what you're saying at the beginning of the sentence before you say it. And I do know at the beginning of the sentence it just may change because of what I thought about in the middle. It's like this fire. Boy, it would be great if you put it at 50 and you put it at 50 and it looks like crap, so you put it at 0.5. Oh, that looks good.
There's a lot of switching very small variables around with particles, but I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah. You do a good job of it. Okay, so if I hit this button, let's get rid of this wall. And make sure that if I hit that button, I do power through the light. I do, that's awesome. So each one of these, and what's funny is I just got rid of a block that had redstone, and I'm using redstone. So, renewable resources. It's our future. Okay, now I gotta get that up to behind this wall. Of course, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let's bust through this real quick. I gotta power that block there. Let's do a next 2. And that's the block I need to power. Get rid of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be the wall. Yep. Okay. So we'll go down one more. What level are you on? On the floor?
I'm above.